Hello, everyone. I am Jennifer, the owner and founder of Healing with Jennifer. And today I'm here with my awesome client, Carolyn. And we're just going to be having a conversation about the work that Carolyn has been doing in our time that we've been working together. So, Carolyn, thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate your time, your energy, and I always admire all the hard work that you do with the work that we do together. And so I'll start our conversation off with what were some of the main issues that you were really struggling with before we started working together? Like when you first reached out to me and inquired about us working together.
I was struggling with balancing um, just having a healthy lifestyle, balancing my food and my beliefs around eating and exercise. At the time, I wasn't doing anything, and it was in the midst of COVID, and I had gained the COVID weight, and I just needed the motivation and just help, like getting back on track.
Yeah, yeah. And I think so many of us can relate to, the COVID times where, it was really challenging to stay motivated when we're stuck inside all the time. So you're definitely not alone with how you were feeling in that during that time. So what have been some of the biggest surprises that you've had when it comes to the work that we've been doing?
Um, I can still like eat a good amount of calories and lose weight. Because I always had this fear about it having to be like a certain number of calories, and I actually would undereat. So I would think to lose weight, I needed between 1,000 to 1,500 a day. And I would be like really, really strict. And I would even count black coffee as like 50 calories. I was totally obsessed with like numbers and it being perfect. And then what happened was because I was so restricted, I would end up binging and like gaining it all back. So I feel like you have helped me realize that I can still eat yummy food and I'm allowed to have like a cheap meal or like a little treat. But by having 1,700 calories a day, I'm not starving and I don't have that, you know, that feeling of like I need to eat everything now by the weekend.
Yeah,
So
it's been off. Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's been amazing to see you unfold with that and really let go of some beliefs that you held around calories and just restricting yourself. We've actually seen the most results from when you let go of all that and you're just like, you know what, like I'm going to trust this and I'm just going to go with it. And then that's when we've
yeah,
really seen the scales start to drop, which has been amazing.
yeah, it's been like so hard to let go of the old beliefs. Like I've been dealing with this for I don't know how long, like maybe since high school. So it's been like 15 years of always being stuck like this and always like the yo-yoing. And I'm just so tired of, feeling that way. So you've really helped me realize that I can lose weight, I can eat, and I just feel better mentally. My body feels better. I'm not like where I want to be right now, but I'm getting there. And I just feel like my mindset has totally shifted. So it's been
Yeah.
really good.
Awesome, awesome. That actually you beat me to the next question, which was besides nutrition and movement, how much this work had or what are some other things that this program has helped you with? And I know like the mental side of things and just your outlook and your mindset has been such a powerful tool that we've added into your toolbox that has really allowed you to see like, hey, this has been 15 years like this, like it's not serving me. So how do we make that long lasting change so that there isn't that yo-yo dieting and that this is just the way of life moving forward where you're not having to go back and then start over. So it's been really awesome to see.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
been thinking for like so long. It's like I just want to know how it feels to just like feel normal. You know what I mean? Like I see other people do it and like they're not, well, I don't know exactly how they're thinking, but it seems like they've got it all together and they're just enjoying life and they're just eating regularly. And I'm always thinking about like my next meal. When am I going to eat? I'm going to be starving if I don't, like, you know what I mean? So it's just felt like it's felt so good to just like let go of all that. So yeah.
Yeah, it makes such a difference in the quality of your life, and then, you're still able to enjoy, say, going out with your friends and family without having that guilt that's there to be like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this," or like, "Don't do that," or and yeah, you're living in the moment and just, not letting it rule your entire life and your decision making, right? So, yeah, that's really awesome. In regards to the work that we've done, especially over, I would say the last year, who would you recommend this type of work to?
Hmm. I would recommend it to anybody that is wanting to just, oh gosh, just feel like in the moment. And even because you add in like the spiritual side, like the meditation and the Ayurvedic cooking and everything, like anything that really wants to like reset and get grounded and just feel healthier, because you kind of like, yours is very balanced. I've had other trainers in the past, or one trainer, and then I did something online, and it was very much like you have to eat these foods. Um, the workouts were like kind of intense, and they didn't like add in the meditation and the breathing and things like that. And I like how you do that because it's kind of like a whole package. You need the physical change, but also the mental change. So
Yeah.
I think that's like looking for that. Like they just want the whole thing. They got to come to you. So
Yeah, I know you're on like an 11-day streak of breath work since we
oh,
started, like, right now. I think I saw that come up on your account today, like 11-day streak. I was like, yes.
I
Awesome.
think it's so good. Just like in finding something that I really like doing. Because with some, like I would find it kind of like a chore, you know, and if I were to do it on my own, I needed kind of like the guidance. But with this one, I'm just like, oh man, like I feel like a total buzz when I'm done. And I'm just like, I want to do it. Like I want to like check off my little app and like all my little things of the day. And it just seems like so, I don't know, it's so nice just to see it all checked off. I'm
Yeah.
also a very visual person. So like seeing all that, instead of just like not having the trainer eyes app, I like to have like my little list of things to do and just seeing it all checked off. So that's also helpful too.
Yes, like for accountability, like the habit checker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So before we started doing this work, were there any expectations that you had of what this would be like? And let's talk about like, hey, what did you end up getting? And is it close to what you thought you're gonna get, or is it something completely different?
um, it's kind of different than I thought. Like I thought it was gonna be hard, first of all. Like I thought that I don't know how long I'm gonna last, because I always start and then I never finish, you know? So I thought like, oh, I'm probably gonna have to eat these foods that, are gonna be hard to make. Um, I thought the workouts would be like too intense and then I'd get bored of them. Uh, and I also thought like, I don't know. I felt kind of like I felt good at the beginning, and then once I started, I was like a little bit nervous because I just know myself and I know like I don't stick to it. But then I found when we started working together, it wasn't like as difficult as I thought it was going to be. It was more manageable. I like how I can still enjoy myself. The workouts aren't boring because you change them up for me like once a month and every day is different. Whereas before, like I would do the exact same thing like every single day. And then after a while, like it felt like nothing. And then I probably wasn't seeing results because it was just always sticking to the same thing. Um, and I actually feel now that I can do this. And even today, I was thinking about how I used to think of it as a race. Like I had to get done like by a certain time. Like I needed to drop, I don't know, like 20 pounds in a month. Like I would think like crazily like that. And now I feel like you've helped me change that mindset where it's like it's not a race. And hey, by like April 2023, I can be the weight that I want to be. And just like you showing me that like this is how much food you can eat, and you're still gonna drop the weight. I don't know, like it made me feel better and almost like safe. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I just felt at ease about it and there was less stress. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's great. But oftentimes I see this even with myself where we have that all or nothing approach where it's like, okay, we got to give it our all. And then it's like, it's not sustainable. And then we're just like, it's too hard. And then we walk away. Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of the work you've focused on over the last little while, especially is like how do we do this in a way where you enjoy it? It's actually like
Mm,
something you look forward to doing, and like you get excited to make some food for yourself, and you're excited to do your workouts, and you're excited when you're like, are we changing them up soon? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm already,
So
yeah, actually, I'm just like, I'm excited to see like which ones I get next. So it's
yes,
just
yep.
way. It
you cut
honestly,
out, you cut up a little bit there. What did you say?
it doesn't feel like a chore anymore. It's like I want to do it and then I'm just like, I want to like check it off, you know, done by like my morning routine by this time, and it just like feels so good. Whereas before I was like I didn't have any like real motivation. There was nothing there. So yeah.
Yes, and once you start to experience the benefits of the hard work that you're doing and the habits that you're putting into place, and how they make you feel, and how it changes everything, not just like from a physical standpoint, but emotionally and mentally, you see that contrast when you don't do them, and you're like, "Ooh, like I don't like how I feel. Like when I skipped today's workout and I ate some bad food. Like I don't like how I feel." So sometimes it's important to have that contrast because that show like we're able to see how important it is to stick up with this, stay on top of everything. So and that we don't fall off track kind of thing. So or for too long.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So what are some of the biggest changes that you've seen in the last year?
In the last year, man, I've been cooking so much my life. And I was just telling my mom this the other day. I was like I haven't bought quiche in like I don't know how many months, maybe 3 months. I was like a really big um I don't know, pre-made dinner type of person. I would buy pre-made quiche at Farm Boy, make a little salad on the side, or I'd get like cannelloni from the freezer section and I would heat it up. And I thought that that was good. I thought it was healthy and I'd like always be like counting the calories. You know, I was afraid to eat anything without the calorie number on there, basically. I was
Mm-hmm.
afraid, like, what if I accidentally, overeat? I don't really know what is in this food. And it's so crazy. It's like probably like packaged food is the worst thing because there's all these like additives. And I don't know, that like my way of thinking was so backwards. And I now cook like every single meal. Um, I I don't know, I feel like more healthy when I cook for myself now. And I used to think that cooking like healthy meals would be like tasteless and boring. And I thought it was gonna be all like brown rice and salmon. I was like, oh, I don't even want but like but honestly, like the recipes that you gave me made me feel like very much in control. Um, and they were also like really good. So I have cooked so much. That is like such a huge thing for me because I just never did it.
Yeah, Carolyn, you were saying like, oh, my friend was even saying like, you've never cooked this much. So it's awesome when your friends and family start noticing like the changes you're doing. And then it actually like becomes like a trickle effect because then it's impacting them. They're like, oh, look at Carolyn, like she's cooking all these meals. Like I want to do that too. And then you spark motivation for them. So it becomes very powerful.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll take like little pictures and I'll like send them to my family or friends. I'll be like, "Oh man, I made this like halloumi wrap. I was like, it's so good."
Yeah.
Like I cooked for my friend because we were jamming, and I made like the little halloumi wrap, and it was all like healthy, and I put like the arugula in it and stuff like that. And we were like, even like he was like, he liked it and stuff like that. So I was like, it's actually good. So the foods are good. It's not like all bland and boring like I thought. So
Yeah,
yeah.
variety is key because then it stops us from feeling bored and like, oh my gosh, like I dread the food I'm gonna make and I don't want to eat the same thing again this week, right? So having variety is so important with nutrition for sure to keep you motivated. My last question for you. So how would you describe me as your coach?
Um, you are very supportive. You check in like you say you will. In the past, like sometimes I wouldn't get checked in as much, and then I totally lost like more motivation. And I feel like you're really good at that. And whenever like I have a hard weekend or there's all these events coming up, you give me these tools to deal with all of the, I don't know, the scary thoughts like regarding those events, you know? And you'll just remind me like, you can do it kind of thing. And, you know, I don't know, like you just help keep me on track. You're very kind. Um, you care about like me as a client and all your other clients. Um, you're inspirational as well because you'll post a lot of the things that you make and what you do, and I think like I want to be like Jennifer. So
Oh, thank you, Carolyn.
I don't
Hey, and
think so.
oh
I don't
yeah.
know. I, I'm so bad at explaining.
Oh my gosh, no, you did that. That was so nice. Like I appreciate all the kind words and as part of, my journey and I'm not perfect. So I like to share my mess with you and like, hey, sometimes the tools I'm providing you with are things that I've gone through and it's like, hey, Carolyn, this happened or like, hey, try this exercise because I did it
Yeah,
and it really helped me. So I know it's gonna help you. So hey, yeah, you're my message most of the time. So
yeah. And also like I just find that sometimes like you just like click with certain people and certain trainers, and I feel like we just have that like, you know, very like, I don't know, it's relaxed. You know what I mean? It's not like scary. It's good.
yeah, yeah, it's scary, but yeah, like still like put like
Yeah,
get stuff done. Yeah.
yes,
A nice
but
balance.
a nice, that's exactly in a nice
Yeah.
way, and like support.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Carolyn. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Is there anything else that you feel like sharing before we end our conversation here?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I just feel so much better about the future, you know? Just like all these beliefs are kind of like the old beliefs are going out the window, and all these new beliefs are, I don't know, helping pave the way to a better future for myself. So thank you very much for helping me.
Of course. Thank you for doing the work and doing your homework because you've been diving into it, especially like I said, last year, especially I've just really seen you give it your all, and it's just amazing to see how far you've come, and I look forward to seeing where this journey takes you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here again, Carolyn. And thank you to whoever's watching. And bye for now.